Woo! Yeah. So I know we all heard about that story about the little girl from Chicago who set somebody up, and everybody's like, "Oh, don't come to my city, like you own something in your city." I mean, black people, let's be 100% real. You can't ban anybody from your city. You don't even own shit in your city talking about you can ban somebody. Shut up. But anyway, is this what we become? Is this what we have become as black people? Because if this is what we have become, black people need to get off social media quick. Let's just get off social media. We have allowed street culture to take over social media. We got gangbangers from LA talking politics on social media. We got all of these it's like the government, the FBI, the CIA is using social media to spread degenerate behavior. Listen to what I'm saying. They're spreading this degenerate behavior that would normally just be captured in one city, but now it's getting out, and more black kids are getting involved in degenerate behavior. You just had in Louisville, Kentucky, a 12-year-old and a 13-year-old who was executed. And you know the ages of the people who executed them? 12 and 13-year-olds. 12 and 13-year-old. I'm sorry, not older, olds. We are allowing social media to be used by the CIA, the FBI, and the government to destroy our children. We're on here talking bullshit. Straight bullshit. And all over the country, black children are being red-rummed, are unalived. Where's the adults? Where are the adults? Because look. We got people on here, Fulio, the rapper Fulio, who just got murdered in Florida. You got people on here talking who are like promoting the beef. They're keeping the beef alive. They're making videos and they're keeping the violence alive. Like, these people don't care that black people are killing black people. They have no morals. They don't care that we're killing each other. All they want to do is get clicks and views. For clicks and views, we will put our own deaths on social media. This is crazy. We're destroying our community. What's left of our community, because ain't much left of it. We're destroying our community. Not us. The youth is destroying the community. But where are the adults to say, hey, hold on, something got to stop. Something got to give. We're on here arguing over Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Our kids are out here dying. We're on here arguing over Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese while our children are out here dying. We don't have a plan. So what are we going to do? Are we going to just continue to let the kids die while we argue about some basketball? Or are we going to get together and get a plan? Because this is stupid. This is dumb. This is what we're doing now. This is what we're doing. This is dumb. This is what we're doing now. This is what we're doing as a people. We're destroying ourselves. And we're destroying ourselves at the wrong time. This is not the time to self-destruct. Because these people are tired of playing with these kids. These people are going to start locking these kids up. These kids are going to go to jail at 17 and not get out till they're 67. They're tired because it's not just staying in the ghetto no more. If it would have stayed in the hood, nobody would have cared. These kids are leaving the hood and going into their neighborhoods and robbing them and hurting their children. So they like, fuck it. Forget it. We not no more of this playing around and ain't no more of this. They're about to give these kids 50 to 60 years. These kids are about to spend half their life in prison. There's no more. They tired of it, and you're tired of it. We're tired of it. We can't even drive our cars down the street. We can't even, well, get off the live, Bill. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Because while you're saying yours got a master's degree, you fix your own shit, Bill, here's the problem. Your kid, Bill, could be walking down the street minding their own business, and someone could pull that tool out to take your kid's car, and you bury your kid with that master's degree. You make sure you bury that kid with that master's degree because you're saying it ain't your problem. You make sure when your kid gets robbed for his whatever he done got on his own, you put that fucking master's degree in his casket. That's right, Bill. You put that master's degree in his casket. Because nobody's safe. Nobody's safe. It's not safe no more. You can't even pump your gas no more. You can't go. You could be at a concert minding your own business, and the next thing you know, two people get in an argument and the bullets start spraying, and you get hit. You can be arrogant like Bill, who think they're above all of this. You can be arrogant like Bill and think you're above all of this, and you can't be touched. And next thing you know, Bill be on social media whining about his kid just got touched. Only you. This is a society problem. We all got to figure out a way to fix this problem. These kids are out of control. We can't even go to Juneteenth events, and these kids are shooting, just shooting for no damn reason. These kids are out of control. Man, we got to get together, y'all. We got to come together and figure out what we're going to do, because it's a hidden hand in the destruction of our youth. It's a hidden hand. Why all of a sudden is all of this gang madness being posted on? I thought TikTok had guidelines. Did someone tell me? I thought TikTok had guidelines. So how the hell you got gangbangers on TikTok threatening each other? How the hell do you got all of this violence on TikTok? Something ain't right. Something ain't right. Our TikTok had guidelines. So when you get up here and you talk some black consciousness, you can get banned. But you can get up here and talk some gangbanging shit and not get banned? That don't make sense, TikTok. That don't make sense to me. These are gangbangers talking about if you banning people, but why don't you listen to their contact? You got people in prison on your damn app, but you banning people for using clown emojis. You banning people because they use clown emojis, but you got fucking prisoners, people in prison on your app. You got gangbangers on your app. You got people outing people, putting their addresses out. And these people don't get banned. These people don't get banned. But yet, if you put a clown emoji in the comments, you get banned. So do y'all see what I'm telling y'all? If you put a clown emoji in the comments, you get banned. So do y'all see what I'm telling y'all? It's socially engineered. It's socially engineered. Long as you don't spread no facts, no positivity, as a black person, you ain't worried about getting banned. But as long as you want to put some ignorance on TikTok, they'll allow you to do that. They'll allow you to do that. But as soon as you start trying to drop knowledge on TikTok, oh, you violated our community standards. You're practicing hate speech. You getting all of these warnings. But you got gangbangers on here talking about pull up, let's have a fade. You got gangbangers explaining gang culture. But I can't explain history fact. I can't explain black history. I don't understand that. I don't understand that, TikTok. You got everybody on TikTok threatening this little girl. You got everybody on TikTok threatening this little girl, showing guns, but yet TikTok, you don't remove their videos. You don't go through the videos and say, oh, this violates our community standards. This violates community standards. But you find a word, if someone says put a clown emoji, you find a way to ban their comments. Why she set that boy up? That's my point. See, y'all saying why she set that boy up. Why was that boy in the game? That's part of the game. I'm sorry. Everybody acts like they don't know the game. When you play the game, there ain't no rules. Just because it got the word game, there's no rules. That's what these kids don't understand. When you jump in the streets, there are no rules. There's no rules in the streets. You can't feel sorry for someone in the streets. They get you how they get you. If you want to play that street game, you better realize you ain't got no friends. You don't have no friends in the streets. I don't know why these dumbass kids don't understand that. You don't got no friends. Your own brother. If you in the streets, your own brother could be your enemy. Your own mama, your own father, your own grandma. You want to play in the streets, you got to play by the streets rules. The street doesn't have no rules. So you out here doing your thing. You out here, y'all don't know what he did to anybody. I'm not taking up for nobody, but let's be real about it. You don't know all the things he did. He wasn't innocent. He wasn't innocent. And so the other side got him. That was his fault. Why are you going to go somewhere? If I'm in the streets, I'm never going to go nowhere by myself. I'm always going to have my boys with me. If I'm going to get my hair done, hey man, can you come with me and watch my back while I go get my hair done? I'm not going to be one-on-one with you. I don't know you. See, you can't trust nobody in the streets. That's what people don't understand. And and someone said this ain't new. Women been setting up men since Samson. Women been setting up men since the Bible days. Since the ancient times, women have been setting up men. So why do y'all trust them now if you in the streets? Why do you trust a woman? Why would you trust anybody if you in the streets? You know people want your head. You know people are out here struggling. So if someone put $30,000 on your head, why would you trust anybody? You got $30,000 on your head. You can't rest. $30,000, someone's going to get you. These dumbass kids, they want to be in the streets, but they don't want to play by the rules of the streets, which ain't no rules. Ain't no rules in the streets. Ain't no rules in the streets. The streets are this, man. Hey, Jeremy, why don't you jump off the live? Why don't you jump off the live, man? You know, nobody cares about the suburbs. He played the game when he went over to her house by himself. He's more responsible for his own death than she is. When he decided to go over to her house by himself, he put himself in a strain. It's like this. You meet a girl at the club. See, some people don't understand the game. You an average Joe. You at the club, you dancing. Now here comes an Instagram model. You got on a nice watch, a nice chain, but you like a 5. She's like a 10. She's all over you. And this is what happens to men. Men let their ego get the best of them. Oh, she really wants me. She likes me. You a 5, she's a 10. Y'all don't have shit in common. But you go back to the hotel with her. You go back to the hotel with her. Because you ain't thinking with your head. You ain't realizing that the only thing she wants is that chain around your neck and that fake ass Rolex on your wrist. But she's a bimbo that don't realize that Rolex is fake. So she calls her boyfriend up and say, hey, we got one. I'm going to go to the hotel. I'm going to leave the door open. You come through the door. We got one. She don't know what a Rolex looks like. All she knows is her boyfriend told her go out there and get a mark. But you allowed yourself to be a mark because you didn't realize you a 5. That's a 10. Ain't no way in the world you was getting that girl. But you let your ego think that you got so much game that you can pull her. Now you back in the hotel, doing what y'all trying to get busy. And it's always the same shit. Before you get the clothes off, she'll gonna come up with some excuse. I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. She take it all day in the bathroom. The door comes swinging open. Her boyfriend come in. Her boyfriend tell you to give it up. You get in macho mode. Or even you do give it up. He's still... Because you got to realize the game. It's a game. You cannot trust women if you in the streets. If you in the streets, you cannot trust women. I'm just saying as an example. She ain't a 10. But he went over there to get his hair done by himself. You don't do that. If I'm wanted, if I know that I'm a killer, I know I'm out in these streets getting active, I don't go get my hair done by myself. If I know that I got my ops done told me that they're going to get me. You think that he didn't know his ops was after him? They probably left messages on social media. They probably left messages through his friends. They left messages on his telephone. But he didn't understand. And he thought he could trust this girl. And he went over there and got his hair done. And she set him up. But y'all blaming her. Why you blaming her? She did what she was supposed to do. That's what she was supposed to do. Y'all blame people for moving how they supposed to move. That's the problem with y'all who get in the street game. Y'all blame people for moving how they supposed to move. That's how she's supposed to move. Ain't no loyalty in the streets. You in the streets cutting up, you can't trust nobody. So everybody's going to move how they supposed to move. And once you think that someone ain't going to do something to you, that's when you let your guard down. When you go and when you say ain't nobody going to do nothing to me, that's when you to let your guard down. That's your guard. Right when you tell someone, man, I'm cool, ain't nobody going to do nothing to me, you let your guard down. You let your guard down. Your man probably said, hey, man, why don't you let me come with you? Nah, man, I'm cool. I trust old girl. Ain't nobody. Nah, you can't trust nobody in the streets. You cannot trust nobody in the streets. Should she get a pass? People need to mind their business. If you ain't in the streets, or even if you in the streets, if that shit didn't have nothing to do with you, then let it go. It's none of your business. It's none of your business. I don't care if you in Atlanta and you in the streets, you have no rights to comment on what happened. It's none of your damn business. Because this is the streets, baby. And this is what you got to get these kids to understand. If you want to go in the streets, there ain't no rules in the streets, baby. Ain't no rules. Ain't no love in the streets. Ain't nobody solid in the streets. That's what people don't understand. There's no solid people in the streets. How you going to be solid in the streets? The streets is cutthroat. You can't be solid in the streets. Ain't no solid dudes in the streets. You can't trust nobody in the streets. There's no trust in the streets. And that's where people mess up. They think, I got love in the streets. You ain't got no goddamn love. You only got opportunity. As soon as someone gets the opportunity to take you out, they're going to take you out. That's the streets. That's the streets. And that's what we got to get these kids to understand. They so fascinated by the streets. We got to get them to understand, man. It ain't like you think it is. There ain't no honor among thieves. It ain't what you think it is, man. You looking at the money. Most of these cats are broke. Most of these cats are broke. That ain't even their money. One person in the whole crew probably got money, and he allows them to take pictures with his money. He allows them to ride around in his cars. They ain't got no money. How the hell you got money but you laying on your mama's couch? You're walking up the same fucking project steps that you was walking up when you was a kid, but you claiming you got money. You ain't got no money. The person with money, he leaves the projects. He leaves the projects. He just comes to the projects to hang with y'all, give y'all a little bit of product. Then he gets in his car and he goes to the suburbs. He don't live in the projects no more. You still sleeping in the projects. You still putting your money in shoe boxes under your bed in your room or your mama's house or your girl's house. You in danger 24/7. This cat is only in danger a few hours, and then he goes to the suburbs where he got safety, where he can kick it with his friends. I mean his family. He's watching a big screen TV. He ain't worried about the police running up and down his block. He ain't worried about no one coming spraying up the block. He's resting easy. See, these kids gotta understand, man. Streets ain't shit in the streets but death in prison. Only two things in the streets: death and prison. That's the only thing in the streets. And these girls want to get in the streets. They turn around the hood rats. And we gotta let these girls understand. It ain't cool for a woman to be in the streets, because you just a doorknob. To get into a gang, you gotta let the boys run a train on you. See, that's what people don't want. That's what we gotta let these young girls know. You know, you want to be part of a gang, but the initiation is to run a train on you. You gotta let all these dudes sleep with you so you can be part of the gang. Then they pass you around. They just pass you around. Just keep passing you around. Then they put they use you like a mule. You got to carry the dope, the guns. And when you get caught and you go to jail, they don't worry about you. They not putting money on your books. They not taking care of your kids. Now you got three baby daddies, and they all friends with each other. You got 3 baby daddies, they all friends with each other. They all in the same crew with each other. They like, oh man, we got the same baby mama. And none of the 3 of them take care of their kids. And this is the lifestyle y'all want, sisters. This is the lifestyle you want. This is what you want. This is the lifestyle she wanted. She got made an offer she couldn't refuse. Some people are blaming her, but what y'all not realizing, she probably had no choice in the matter. They probably told her, either you're going to do it or we going to take you out. That's your only choice. Either you're going to call us when he gets there, and if you don't call us, don't worry about it. You ain't going to see tomorrow. You ain't going to see tomorrow. Y'all act like she probably didn't have a choice in it. She probably didn't have a choice in the matter. She probably didn't want to do it. They probably came and told her, hey, look, yo, it's either your life or his. Take a choice. I don't care. That's what they probably told her. Look, we could give you a couple of dollars, or we could take your life, but you're gonna do it one way or the other. Either you could do it or you don't. If you do it, there's a 50-50 chance you might live. If you don't do it, it's guaranteed that you're gonna be in the ICU. So so y'all mad at her like she had a choice. And you got females out here, they mad at her like she had a choice in the matter. That's what I don't understand. You got these females making videos talking about you can't come to my city. Because she told them. She told them she was there. But the thing is, she might not have had a choice in it. No, I'm not assuming nothing. I said she might not have had a choice. She might not have had a choice. This is when you deal with the streets. This is what it is. I heard a story one time. Dude joined a prison gang. He was like a couple of days from going home. They came to him and said, hey man, you got to put in some work. He said, nah man, I'm about to go home. They was like, we don't give a shit. You got to put in some work. He said, man, I'm about to go home. The fuck they got to do with us? Put the work in, or we going to put work in? Dude put work in a few days from going home. Now he stays in prison on a murder beef because he wanted to be part of a gang. These are your homeboys. If these was really your friends, they would want to see you go home. But they didn't give a damn. All they wanted was you to put. They said we need you to put in work. They knew you was about to go home. See, that's what we got to get these young boys and these young girls to see, man. These are not your friends. I used to work at juvenile hall. And I met a young man who was in juvenile hall because he didn't want to snitch on his cousin. But at the same time, he didn't want to snitch on his cousin because his cousin did the crime. But at the same time, he was crying about how he wanted to be with his mama, how he wanted to be with his sister. And I had to tell him, I said, well, that's on you. See, your cousin who did the crime, if he really cared about you, he would have came forward and said, I did the crime. Let him go. I did it. See, if your cousin was your real friend, he wouldn't have put you in jail. But your cousin ain't your real friend. How are you talking about take a crime for me? Take a crime for you? Why, I could be in here for 6 months. My mama could die. My mama could die in 6 months. My sister could die in 6 months while I'm sitting in jail for something I didn't do. But I'm going to play the fool because I don't want to snitch on you. When I should expect you to come forward and take your crime like a man. But you out there, you with your mama, you with your baby, you with your girl, you with your family. I'm sitting in here looking like a fool for 6 months for some shit I didn't do, taking the risk that my mama could die, my daddy could die, my sister, my brother, my grandma could die. But because I'm so loyal to someone who ain't loyal to me, that's the chance I'm willing to take. That's the chance. And these dudes get saluted. He's a soldier. He's an idiot. He ain't no soldier. He's an idiot. He's a first-class idiot. He ain't no damn soldier. I ain't sitting in jail for no shit I didn't do to someone that ain't loyal to me. Sitting in jail with a bunch of men, taking the risk that I could be stabbed up at any time. You out there, and his cousin didn't even call him. His cousin didn't even call him on the phone. His cousin didn't care. His cousin was out there living his life. He didn't call him and write to him or come see him to say, hey, man. Or he didn't say, hey, man, your mom's doing all right. I went over and I cut the grass today. I took your mom to the store. Man, that's crazy. But these young kids, they want to live this life because they think this life is fun. They think this life is fun. And these these OGs are fools because they don't care. These OGs don't grow up till they get 60 years old. They done been in prison, in and out of prison since they was 16. Now when they get 60, all of a sudden they want to turn into advocates. It's too fucking late. It's too late. You done terrorized the community for fucking 40 years. Now all of a sudden you want, because you old and you think you about to die, now I need to do something. I need to help the community. We need to give back to the community. Nigga, you 60 years old. You should have been and gave back to the community. How many times you had to go in and out of prison before you realized what the hell you was doing was wrong? How many times did you have to go in and out of prison before you realized what the hell you was doing was wrong and you was destroying the community, man? Then they come to TikTok. They come to social media. And you want to tell your prison stories, because y'all want to get paid. These are things that y'all should just say, fuck it. I'm not coming on TikTok to glorify what I did. This because the youth is so impressionable that when you get up here telling your story, they want to live it. They're not listening for the cautionary tale, the fact that you went to prison at 20 and didn't get out till you was 60. All they know is when you was in the streets, you had a Cadillac, you had money, you had women, you had people scared of you. You was running the streets. That's all they hear. They don't hear the fact that you did 20 years in prison. They don't hear that fact. All they know is you was in the streets, you had the clothes, you had the shoes, you had everything, you was running the streets. That's why if you serious about changing the community, stop going on these podcasts talking about the bullshit you used to do. You know, that's why I have no respect for Freeway Ricky Ross. I don't fuck Freeway Ricky Ross. Because every time you see him on a podcast, he's always talking about his stupid ass story. And he's not talking about the fact that you ruined the black community by pushing crack. He never talks about the fact, hey, you know, he never goes on here and says, hey, man, I don't want to talk about the money, the cars. All I want to talk about is how I'm trying to fix what I did. That's all I want to talk about. You want to fight with Ricky Ross. You want to fight with a rapper. In fact, Freeway Ricky Ross, if you're listening, black people should have put a bullet in your head. Right when you got out of prison, a black person should have put a bullet in your head. You shouldn't even be allowed to walk around in black neighborhoods. A black person should have put a bullet in your head. You shouldn't even be allowed to walk around in black neighborhoods. But y'all think he's a hero. Y'all think he's a hero. Y'all think he's a hero. He should have been made an example of. He destroyed our communities. But we out here praising him. Freeway Ricky Ross. Man, you ain't no hero. Nobody, you should be shamed. In any other community, he would be shamed. But we got him on. Oh man, I want to hear Freeway Ricky Ross's story. I want to hear Freeway Ricky Ross's story. I don't give a damn about your story. I know you destroyed a whole damn community. I know you did that. I know you tried to get out. You tried to escape responsibility by saying the CIA gave you crack. But yeah, the CIA might have gave it to you, but you pushed it. So you just as liable as the CIA. I should be mad at the CIA, but I should be mad at you too, because you allowed yourself to be used by the CIA. But we're mad at the CIA, but we're not mad at him. That's the problem with black people. We'll get mad at the police. We'll get mad at the government. We'll get mad at white people, but we don't get mad at the black people who allow themselves to be used as tools. You a sellout too. Why don't you just hop off the live? Because I ain't got no time for sellouts. He didn't force no one to, they wanted it. Okay, you're right. They wanted it. And when we find him and we put a bullet in his head, you remember what we did to him. You remember what we did to him. Because black people gonna rise. Like Chris Rock said, there's a war about to happen between black people and those 13-letter people. And all of y'all on the side with the 13-letter people, y'all better get ready. Because black people are tired. Black people are tired of losing their kids in the streets. There was 3 deaf dudes in a bar. Deaf dudes. They was just communicating with sign language. Some idiots thought they was throwing up gang signs. And they stabbed them. No, we're tired of living like this. We're tired of we can't have events for Martin Luther King without the ends coming and shooting it up. We're tired we can't have Juneteenth events without some ends coming and shooting it up. We're tired of that. Why don't you find out what the 13th letter is? What does the word starts with the 13th letter? That's what we calling them now, 13-letter people. The word starts with the 13th letter. We're tired. Black people are tired. We can't have neighborhoods. We can't have neighborhoods no more. We can't get nothing nice no more. Every time we look up, we can't go nowhere. We can't go out and have a nice time because here come 2 ends. They got to get to fighting and now they got to start shooting. We can't, we tired, man. We tired. We tired. It's time for freedom. And like Ice Cube said, I started out with too much cargo. And it's unfortunately, black people, some of them might be your brothers, your sisters, your mamas, your daddies, your grandmas, your aunties, your niece. Some of them might be whoever the hell they are. But we got too much cargo. It's time to let go. We can't hold on to these people no more. We done tried to hold on to them. They don't want to do right. I remember when I was in the Nation of Islam and I was pushing final calls. And I went up to this brother. I said, brother, we're trying to change the streets. We're trying to get our people together because we can do something for ourselves. He said, brother, he looked at me and said, man, I like the way the streets are. That's what he told me with a straight face. He said, I like the way the streets are. I said, oh, okay, brother. Some of these people like this. They don't want to change. They like the fact that in LA, it's a flex for them in LA that you can't say certain words. It's a flex for them in LA you can't wear certain hats. It's a flex for them because they think they got some type of control in LA. So this is their control when they really don't have no control at all, but they can control what you wear. They can control how you talk. They happy about this. They happy about the fact that in LA they killing each other. Ain't nothing we can do with them. Ain't no teachings gonna change them. Ain't no therapy gonna change them. They don't want peace treaties. They like the way it is. They like it. They like that. They want that lifestyle. They don't want to do better. They like to get on YouTube and TikTok and try to intimidate people. That's the life they want to live. So there's nothing we can do no more. Ain't no praying no more. Ain't no preaching no more. Ain't no teachings no more. It's, hey, man, I'm sorry. Time is up. We can't be together no more. We tried everything we could to help you. We came to you. We did everything we could do to help you. You didn't want to be helped. I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry, sister. This is the life you wanted to live. This is the life they wanted to live. I mean, you done sent the Nation of Islam to them. You done sent the Hebrew Israelites to them. You done sent this church and that church. You done sent this organization and that organization. But every time you go to them, they say, nah, we good. We cool. We good. We the only people. You don't see white people getting on TikTok bragging about what city they from. You don't see that. We the only people getting on TikTok and other places talking about don't come to my city. Don't come to your city. You don't own shit in the city. How? You can ban me from the city, but you can't ban the Triple K from the city. You can't ban the police officers from the city. You have no power to ban nobody. You can't ban nobody. You ain't got no power, but you think you got power because you got a little, what you got? AK-47. You got a little tool. And some of y'all think, hey, you got a little tool that you don't even know how to use. You don't even know how to use it, but you got you one, so now you got a little power. And y'all don't realize these people are playing with y'all. If the police, if the government wanted to wipe out the Crips, the Bloods, if they wanted to wipe out the Vice Lords, the Gangster Disciples, do you know they can do it like that? If one of them really got serious and said, you know what, I'm tired of the Crips, I'm tired of the Bloods, let's wipe them out. It would take them half a day to wipe them people out. They wipe out whole countries. They wipe out whole countries. What do you think they could do to these gangbangers? If they wanted to get rid of these gangbangers, they'll get rid of them like that. They playing with them. They playing with them. They're using them to terrorize the community because they keep the community stagnated. They keep the community dead. So as long as we got gangbangers, the community will never grow. And they know that. So that's why they make sure that there can never be peace treaties. That's why they make sure that they are gangs in our community. Because they know the gangs are keeping the community dead. That's the same reason they keep churches in the community. Because they know as long as there's gangs and there's churches, there will never be a revolution in the black community. They know that. So they're not worried about it. They're not worried about it. So as long as they got gangs and they got churches, there'll never be a revolution in the black community. They don't care who comes along. They don't care if they don't care about how powerful the revolutionary may be, because they know they got the church and they got the gangs that the revolutionary would have to deal with before he could even make a revolution. Your biggest problem in the black community is the church and the gangs. When you come to the black community, your biggest opposition is going to be from churches and the gangs. I don't care what you try to do. The churches are gonna gatekeep, and the gangs are gonna make sure that when you get to a certain status, that they're gonna break in your shit. Why do you think the churches are getting all of that money? The churches are not getting all that money to save no souls. The churches are getting all of that money to pacify and make the people passive. So if I could preach, see, when something happens in the black community, the first thing they go get a preacher. So when the people are outraged and ready for revolution, here comes this preacher, and all of a sudden he talks about, no, what about Jesus? What about God? And he calms the people down. Or they go get the gangs. The people are ready to make a move, but here comes the gangs being destructive. So you got the people in the streets ready to march, ready to make a move, but here come the gang members talking about let's loot, let's burn. So now that stagnates the revolution. You can't build. Have you ever noticed every time we had a movement and then we have a riot, the movement dies? The riot is the death of the movement, because nobody wants to be a part of someone burning and looting stuff. So now that kills the riot. Now people don't want to riot. Now people don't want a revolution no more. You get people ready for revolution, taken to the streets. They ready for organization. They ready for someone to take control. They ready. If someone would come and say, hey, this is what we need to do. We need to pool our resources. But before that person can come, they make sure they go get the gangs to start looting and start burning shit. So now when that person comes, nobody wants to listen to him, because everyone's like, I'm cool. I don't want to be a part of that, man. Look at them niggas. That's all they say. When you go to the streets, hey, man, we got to, nah, look at them. Look at them over there. See, that man, fuck them, man. I ain't getting involved in that. See, so there's a hidden hand in the community. Like the gangs and churches were given to us as a hindrance for us rising up. So when you meet a gang member, everyone said Nipsey Hussle was revolutionary. Nipsey Hussle worked for the CIA indirectly. I'm not saying he worked for him directly, but gang members, dope dealers, these people work for the CIA. These people work for the CIA. Not directly, but indirectly. And it's part of their plan to have these people reproduce. So when they reproduce what? A gangbanger. So now you have 5 generations of gangbangers in the streets. That's all part of the plan. That's part of the plan. But we don't understand. How many y'all remember that song by Outkast? I'm just crumbling herbs. 13's killing 13. They don't understand. It's the master plan. I'm just crumbling herbs. Because it's the master plan. How do you kill a race of people? The most humane way to kill a race of people is to make it look like a race of people is killing themselves. That's the most humane way to kill a race of people. You make it look like the people are killing themselves. You hide your hand. You're the hand behind it all. But from the outside, it looks like they're killing themselves. If you're looking from the outside, it looks like they're killing themselves, but you're the main reason they're killing themselves. You fill their neighborhoods with alcohol. You fill their neighborhood. You take away hope. You take away jobs. You teach everybody who somehow gets a good job, gets a good education, to leave that neighborhood. You leave only a certain element in the neighborhood. You created the atmosphere for what's going on in the neighborhood. But here's the kicker. Nobody blames you because it looks like they're doing it to themselves. You give them poor education. The education they've been given is not an education that will suffice them to rise up. Because you give them a poor education. When they go to school, when they first enter the school building, they're already behind. They're already behind. So every day they fall farther and farther behind to the point they say fuck it and give up. They go gangbang. They just go gangbang. They go to the streets. But it's all by design. It's all by design. It's all by design. All by design. It's all by design. It's all by design. But here's the problem. We keep falling for it. So we can't put the blame 100% on them because we keep falling for it. It ain't a new trick. They have not changed the damn game plan yet. They are running the same play. But how stupid are we that we keep falling for the play? It's like playing football. And every time they get the ball, they run it to the right. But we're so stupid, we go to the left. We know they're going to run the ball to the right. We go to the left. And then we like, I don't know how they keep getting all of these yards. We fall for it. We fall for it. Everybody keeps making excuses and enabling people. You get up here and you talk about the young girls. And then some young... If I got up here and I said, hey, man, we got to teach the young girls to keep their legs closed. 100 women came out of the woodworks and was mad at me. Like I said something wrong. Well, we got to teach the young... Wait a minute. Like what? Because we keep falling for the plan. We keep falling for the plan. So we can't keep blaming them. We have to blame ourselves. Right? Right? We on Section 8. We getting food stamps. We living in the ghetto. But we got 50-inch TVs. We got 65-inch TVs. We got 6'4s on Doves. We got Michael Jordan shoes. We got $1,000 bags. And then we turn around and complain we don't have jobs. We don't have schools. We don't have hospitals. We don't have businesses. Yes, we do. They're on your shoe. They're on your feet. They're in your driveway. It's in your house. Because all the money you spent making other people rich, you could have used to make the black community rich. We could have used that money to make black people rich. But we use that money to make other people rich. We use that money to make beyond these people rich. But then we turn around and blame the white man. How are you gonna blame the white man? We'll blame white privilege. You the one. No one. There's no law that says you have to go buy a pair of shoes for $100. Look at the shoes I just got. I just got these. I just bought these. You know how much I paid for these shoes? I paid $30 for these shoes. These are FUBUs. I bought them for Walmart for $30. They got Nikes that look just like this. Nike wants $125 for them. Same shoe. It's just FUBU. Same shoe. It just says FUBU. Cost me $30. What's the problem? It does the same thing as Nike's $125 shoe. It covers my foot. It protects my foot. It allows me to walk. I saved $100. I saved $100. But we got to help Nike. Nike ain't put no money in the hood. Nike only builds basketball courts. And you know why? Because it's an investment. When Nike puts a basketball court in your community, it's an investment. Because they know that the next LeBron James, the next Allen Iverson, the next Kobe Bryant is going to come and help them pay for that basketball court. But you ain't seen Nike give money to after-school programs. You ain't seen Nike give money to schools. You ain't seen Nike give money to help people start businesses. Well, Derek, that's your problem. Waste your money. I'm not into name brand. Waste your money, Derek. Waste your money. Waste your money. But when you waste your money, please stop saying why black people don't have nothing. Please stop saying black people don't have nothing. Because you wanted Nike shoes. You wanted Pumas. I got a $30 pair of FUBUs that do the same thing as your $100 shoes. See, we want to make everybody rich but except ourselves. We want to make everybody rich but except ourselves. I'm just saying that I'm just being real with y'all. 100% real. 100% real. You can't blame everybody when you're not doing nothing to help yourself. You can't blame the white man when you're not doing nothing to help yourself. How are you going to blame the white man when you're not doing nothing to help yourself? Black people should just stop complaining about white people. Because where are we doing something to help ourselves? What are you going to do with reparations? What are we going to do with reparations? We haven't proven we could do anything with the money we have now. So what are we going to do with reparations? It'd be different if we was using the money we have now to do something. What are we going to do with reparations? Give it right back to them? Give it right back to them? We don't even know how to work land. You talking about I'll take 40 acres. You don't even know how to work land. Ain't nobody how many black people out here are even taking classes to learn how to farm? What y'all think is you can just go out there and get a hoe, get a rake, plant some crops and you're going to watch them grow? See, we're not even preparing ourselves to be free. We're not preparing ourselves to be free. We go to school and we get degrees. Black women say they're the most educated woman. They're getting social work degrees. They're getting psychology degrees. They're getting degrees in therapy, sociology. What the hell? You can't build no nation with those damn degrees. How are you going to build a nation with therapy? What you going to do? Therapeutic everybody? You can't build a nation with those type of degrees. We need engineering degrees. We need farming degrees. We need architect degrees. We need people to get into fields that are going to help us build a nation. We don't need just to say, hey, we went to college. Yeah, we went to college. I got a degree in therapy. How many people can you feed with your therapy degree? We need... I don't know what the hell you're doing. If you're doing something, good for you. Good for you. I'm not talking to you. Why are you getting upset? You know what I'm saying is true. You're getting upset, but you know what I'm saying is true. If you're a farmer and you know how to farm good, maybe you should get out here and teach other people how to farm. Maybe you should stop getting mad at me and go take your knowledge and give it to the hood. Stop getting mad at me for telling the damn truth. You're 1 in a million. 1 in a million. What am I supposed to do? Pat you on your back? You one person. You can't feed 50 million people. You're going to need other people. We need degrees. We need to get in the fields that are going to help us build a nation. We can't build a nation with fucking therapy degrees, social work degrees. You can't build a nation with those degrees. What the hell are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with the therapy degree? What are you going to do with the social work degree, the sociology degrees? And where do you see most of these black women working? For the government. They work for the state, the city, the county. They don't work because these degrees are useless. The government gives you these programs to make it seem like they're helping. These programs are not designed to help anybody. How the hell can the person who created the problem give me the solution to the problem? Somebody answer that. Let me say it again. How the hell the person who created the problem give me the solution to the problem? So let me give you an example, because some of y'all don't know what I'm talking about. How the hell the person who created the problem to create broken families, now they come up with an agency called CPS, Child Protective Services, and you created broken families. You the reason we have broken families. But then you create an agency and you tell me this agency is supposed to help broken families. But you gave me the agency. So you expect me to believe you who created the problem created the solution when you created CPS. I understand, brother. I truly understand. But do you see what I'm saying? You created broken families, but you gave us CPS. And CPS is supposed to be the solution to broken families. That don't make no sense. And that's why CPS, their job is not to help families. That's not their job. Their job is to go in, investigate you. They don't sit down with you and see, okay, hey, how can we help you? Well, I don't got a job. Well, that ain't my problem. You don't got a job. That's not my problem. I can't get food stamps. That ain't my problem. Go down to the food stamp building and apply for food stamps. Well, I thought you came because someone said he wasn't eating. Yeah, that's why we came. So if you ain't got food stamps by next month and there's no food in the house when I come back, we're going to take your kids from you. That's what they say. If you ain't got the problem fixed in the next month, when we come back, we're going to take the kids. I'm having a mental breakdown. Oh, that ain't my problem. If you don't got this house clean, if you don't got, that's that whole thing is like ultimatums. We're not going to try to fix the problem. We just telling you what you need to do. And if you ain't got it done, we're going to take your kid from you. They don't care. They don't care. And then they get these people, they really got good hearts. They really got good hearts. And some of them are just doing it for the money because they already know it's full of shit. They know it's full of shit. They just doing it for the money. And some of them really got good hearts and they really want to help people, and they really stupid because they don't understand that, hey, this agency is not designed to help people. When I went to work at a drug clinic, my supervisor sat me down because I was young. He said, I know you want to help everybody. And then he said, let me ask you a question. Where are you going to work if you cure all these people? He basically told me, we're not going to have a job if you help all of these people get off drugs. Where are we going to work at? Where are we going to work at? That's what he told me. Where are we going to work at if you cure all them people? They're not trying to cure those people. They're not trying to really rehabilitate people when they put them in jail. I used to work at juvenile hall. I used to hear the counselors tell the kids, come back and bring a friend. I need to get my house repaired. I need to buy a new car. It's all about money. They're not trying to rehabilitate these kids. These kids are money to these people. If crime stopped today, America's economy will fall. People don't realize how much crime is a part of the American economy. That's why they don't want to stop crime. Where the police officers gonna work? Where the people work in the jail? Let's not even look at the people we see. Let's look at the people we don't see. Where is the janitor gonna work? Where is the people who make the toilet paper, who make the desk, who make the beds, who do the laundry? There's so many people who make money off of crime that if crime stopped, the economy would just fall. The crime is a part of the economy like bus drivers and truck drivers. Crime is a part of the American economy. They should actually put crime. If you're a criminal, they should say you're employed because you are making people money by being a criminal. You are making people money. So criminals should be considered part of the workforce because it should be considered a job because it produces other jobs. If no one tries to defraud a bank, where's the security? What are we going to do with the security department of a bank? What happens to the security department of a bank? If there's no one trying to scam, what happens to the scam bank? If no one goes into a store and tries to steal, what happens to loss prevention? You see what I'm saying? These jobs go together with crime. You need crime to have these jobs. So you think people really want to get rid of crime? Think about that. Just let that sink in for a second. Do you really think people want to get rid of crime? You think judges want to get rid of crime? You think the judge wants to get rid of crime? You think the police want to go? Where would these people work if you got rid of crime? Right. Do you think that CPS wants all of these happy homes? Where would these workers work if all of these homes was happy? What would happen to the foster care system if every kid was happy in his home? What would happen to the foster care system? That's why people don't want crime to go away. Crime is big business. Crime is big. Crime is up there with AT&T, up there with Jeff Bezos and Amazon, up there with Elon Musk and Tesla. Crime is right there with them. Crime is probably past them. Crime is probably the number one industry in America right now. Crime is the number one industry in America right now. If crime went away, the economy would drop tomorrow. So, nobody wants to get rid of the criminal. Only the average citizen who don't understand how this thing works wants to get rid of the criminal. The criminal is more valuable to the American society than a doctor. The criminal is more valuable than a nurse. The criminal is, think about it. Where would the trauma center be if the criminal went away? There would be no one getting shot no more, so there would be no trauma center. See what I'm saying? It's a big ass rabbit hole. They don't want to get rid of crime. Crime is big business. Crime is like cancer. I know they be like, oh, we're going to have a march for cancer. We're going to have breast awareness month. We're going to have prostate cancer month. And cancer is all caused by the same all cancers are caused by the same way. I don't know why we're trying to divide them up like prostate cancer, breast cancer. Cancer is cancer. It just happens in a different part of the body. But you know what? They don't want to get rid of cancer because it's a $1 billion industry. If they cured cancer, how are they going to get that $1 billion industry? Right? That's why they don't want to cure cancer. They don't want to cure cancer. That's why they telling you to don't body shame people, body positivity. Most of the health problems in the African American community come from black people being overweight. So you're telling me as black people, we're dying because we're overweight. But instead of you telling black people, hey, you need to lose weight. You need to lose weight because it's killing you. You're the number one people in the country in diabetes. You're the number one people in the country in heart attacks and heart disease. You're the number one people in the country for high blood pressure. And the main reason you have all of this stuff is because you're overweight. They put out a message that you should love yourself being obese. You're dying obese. So how can you love yourself if you're killing yourself? That makes no sense to me. How can you love yourself if you're killing yourself? We're killing ourselves, but they telling us to love ourselves. At the same time, every time we go to the refrigerator, every time we put food in our mouth, we're killing ourselves, but they saying you got to love yourself. If you loved yourself, you wouldn't put ham hocks in your body. You wouldn't put all the salt and sugar and butter and all the seasoning on your food because you know it's killing you. If you loved yourself, you wouldn't do it. If you loved yourself, you wouldn't be walking around talking about I'm fat and I'm happy. I'm fat and I'm happy. You are killing yourself, but you're happy. You should say, I love myself so much that I'm going to change. That should be the message. I love myself so much that I'm going to change. I'm not going to go to McDonald's. I'm not going to go to Burger King. I'm not going to drink sodas. I'm not going to use half the damn salt in the fucking kitchen. I'm not going to use ham hocks in my greens. I'm going to eat healthy. If you love yourself, you would not kill yourself. But they tell you you should love yourself, even though you're dying slowly. Especially the young people, because what the young people don't understand is all of your health problems, the habits that you have when you're younger are going to be the habits you have when you're older. So if you eating like a pig when you're younger, you're going to eat like a pig when you're older. Your body is more, your system can handle it when you get younger, but the older you get, your system starts to not be able to handle it. So when you're 50 years old and you done ate honey buns and Pop-Tarts and all the sugar in the world, now at 50 years old, they're telling you we're going to have to cut your foot off. Your body, see, because you didn't take care of your body. Now your body's wearing out at 50 years old. Now you're dying at 50 because you didn't take care of your body. You put too much wear and tear on your body. Now we got these kids out here smoking, drinking. It's crazy. And I know I'm going to have to leave after this one. But when I was 16 to 35 years old, all you had to do was breathe on me and it was getting up. I didn't need no Blue Chew. I didn't need Viagra. When I was 16 to 35 years old, all a woman had to do was touch me and it was getting up. Now you got these kids out here taking Blue Chew. Why? Because you can't get your thing up because you're out here smoking all this weed. You're out here drinking all this alcohol. Now you can't get your thing up. Now you need to take supplements. But here's the problem. You started taking supplements when you was 20 years old. Now your body is going to need something else. When you get 30, the supplements are not going to work no more because your body then became used to them. So now what you going to do? How you going to get your thing up? When no one between the ages of 16 and 35 should need supplements. You shouldn't need no damn supplements to get your thing up. Why do you need Blue Chew at 20 years old to get your thing up? I could go all night when I was in my 20s. I could go 4 and 5. I could go all night when I was in my 20s. I could go 4 and 5 times in my 20s. Now you got these girls talking about he couldn't even go but 1 minute. Because you're out here smoking from sun up to sun down. You wake up, you smoke. You go take a shower, you get out of the shower, you smoke. You gotta smoke. You gotta smoke before breakfast. You gotta smoke during breakfast. You gotta smoke. You're smoking all around the clock. You're drinking. You're drinking coffee. You're drinking who? Lord knows what the hell y'all drinking now. What they doing to get high? And now you finding disease. I told you I was gonna have to leave. They restricted the live. They restricted the live. But if I was up here talking about some gangbanging stuff, they would let me go on. But I'm telling the truth. TikTok said we can't have that. Blue Chew is one of our sponsors. So I'm just going to go on and leave before they say, hey, you committed a community violation. You can't go live for another week.